So the next person you picked to be part of the Bullys Wit Fullys brand was Messy Marv.
I didn't pick Mess.
Okay. I think I know. Fill in the blank.
Well, because at the time...
He was recommended to you.
Yeah, he was recommended.
Yeah.
Like, because at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, Hunters Point, Fillmoe, it was beef going on. And I even got pushback from that. Like, it's some cats that, you know, did some time for funking with Fillmoe that didn't agree with, you know, Hunters Point, Fillmoe doing music together. And I'm not talking about what happened when RBL squashed the beef with JT in the back in the day.
I was gonna get to that.
I'm not talking about that. Because
that's crazy. Because that was squashed, but then by
but this is a different generation now.
Right,
This is something else going on. So it's not even about that particular situation because that was an historical moment too. Right. I don't want to take nothing from that, but I'm saying at this particular point in time, I'm outside, and so Uncle Creature Man, T Fats, my cousin Brad B Bentley, and Ghazi, right? Because the Bullys Wit Fullys was recorded in Ghazi's studio. You know what I mean? Like, most of everything I was recording in Ghazi. Like, a lot of people don't know Ghazi was a beat maker and an engineer. Like, they just don't know.
He rapped
and he rapped. Yeah, he's featured. I'm probably one of the only ones that got a feature from Ghazi.
Yeah, he's dope at all of them.
He's dope. He did a few hooks on my controversial album. But anyway, back to the Bullys Wit Fullys. So I was sitting in the studio and they were just constantly, they kept saying this would be a good look for you. And I was just kind of like, because I'm outside, I'm in the streets. And at this particular point in time, I'm starting to get this ideal, like if I don't see a nigga outside, like on when I'm on, I don't really want to do music with you. So you'll notice at a certain point in time, I stopped doing music with certain niggas because niggas is lying. You see what I'm saying? So if I stop doing music with certain individuals, that's because you niggas ain't really outside doing what you saying you're doing, because we outside. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just to drop a jewel on that before I finish with the story with the Bullys Wit Fullys, you can ask Chuck from Street Cred. You know what I mean? Like, we actually did a project together. Done Deal, Get Paid. All of the Street Cred artists, all of the Get Paid artists, we did a mixtape together. The shit was fire. Big Rich, your boy, which they call Rich Rocker, like everybody, like Bailey, everybody was on the project. And at that particular point in time, I needed management. And me and Chuck, my phone on the charger, I'll call him right now while we on the podcast. Chuck will tell you, I wanted Chuck to do management for me, but he couldn't do management for me. Chuck told me, I can't do management for you. And I said, why? He said, you know why. You know what I mean? And it's because of the lifestyle I was living in the streets. It wasn't a good look for him. You know what I mean? But he stayed, he loved me, he family, and he always opened the door for me and made sure that if I need any information or anything, he always there for me. We did parties together and we did all that. But as far as him just taking on the weight of whatever came with me, it didn't fit with what Chuck from Street Cred had going on. So we couldn't take it no further than that. And that's okay. I understood that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Creature Man, T-Fats, he in the pen right now fighting double life. That's one of my homeboys from Hunters Point. For any nigga that want to get on the podcast and say they don't know where I'm from. They talked us into doing it, and I'm glad I did it. Because when me and Mess came together and did that project, that shit hit the Bay Area like a tsunami.
Yes, it did. I got to ask a couple more follow-ups. One, did that actually squash the beef between the two neighborhoods?
Yeah.
Or did it help?
Yeah, it did. Because I mean, you saw the Bars Awards, right?
Yeah.
Was you there?
No, I wasn't there.
But you saw it,
I
right?
talked to Mess about it, and I saw
it.
I heard about it. Yeah.
Oh, well, I can definitely get you some footage of it.
No, yeah.
If you need it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it definitely did that. I mean, and when you see the Bars Awards, and you see us performing Soul Hood, you got niggas from Fillmoe up there on stage. You got niggas from Hunters Point. You got niggas from Oakland. You got niggas from Sacramento, Fresno, Vallejo. if like the Bullys Wit Fullys movement was something, it was my movement, right? And Mess will tell you to this day, nah, Bullys Wit Fullys ain't mine. I was just, part of the project. You know what I mean? So people have to understand that too. Because the album was so good, they automatically put me and Mess in the group. Because the album was so good, they automatically put me and Killa Tay in the group. It wasn't a group thing.
Were you and I know that you said it was like recommended, but were you and Mess cool before, or did you really know each other?
I didn't even know who Mess. I never had met Mess before in my life. I promise you. Before we did the Bullys Wit Fullys, I didn't know Mess. Creature Man could contest to that. Shit, T-Fast can call home from the pen and contest to that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas from the street can contest to the fact that I had never did no music with Mess. I never shook his hand. I never met him. But when they brought us together.
When you connected, the chemistry.
A Fillmoe nigga and a Hunters Point nigga brought me and Mess together.
And the chemistry was real.
And not to mention Larry June's pops was constantly, like, this will be a good look. This will be a good look. Shout out, Larry June pops. Like, it's like, this will be a good look. Like, do this shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, second follow-up question. Gotta go back to the elephant in the room.
What up?
The red elephant in the room, as I mentioned on the previous podcast, that when we saw that cover, because I'm hearing your story, but this was just outside looking in. We see two dudes from Frisco with red rags on the cover.
I didn't have a red rag on.
Okay, you had red outfit on, I believe. Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with wearing red, is it?
Certainly not.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Is it against the law to wear red?
But Messy Marv had a red rag, and I believe he had, certain gestures, hand gestures being. It was just different.
Okay, Dregs One. All right. Because this is gonna be the last and final time.
But I have to ask. I have to ask
because
about it, though, right?
because this is for the don't knows.
Okay.
That chopper was mine. That Mess was holding. Mess put that rag around the chopper because he didn't want his fingerprints on it because we was in the streets. That's the truth. Mess didn't intentionally put that rag on the cover to be like, I'm a blood. And it wasn't until we did the music that when I heard him say Sue Whoop, that I was like, oh, you a blood? Like, well, shit, nigga, I'm already affiliated with that. And so it was like, okay, well, I'm going to run with it. I never questioned the fact whether he was certified or not. I never questioned the fact who put him on or none of that. Because if this is what you doing, then this is what it is. It's not like the Bullys Wit Fullys is like a blood project. But here's the thing that I need people to understand. Stop making it seem like you got an issue with Bloods. Because outside of the Bay Area, any other state you go to, niggas, Bloods and Crips. And if you niggas keep talking like how y'all talking, you're going to run into some problems. Because there's nothing but gangbangers all over the world. Especially Bloods and Crips. You see what I'm saying? But moving on, it's like Mess didn't want to put his hands on that chopper. And so if you notice, he's holding it, but his hands, the rag is wrapped around where he's holding it. And that's why that was on the cover like that.
Very
Shemp took the picture. Yeah. Shemp could contest to that. Evan can contest to that.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing because it was like, oh, well, we can Photoshop some shit into it, right? Mess, you could hold the broom. I'm like, nigga, fuck that. Nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The homie run to the car, grab a chop, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure it's not loaded. Take these pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how that particular situation came in the fold. But what I do want to say is this. People keep making it seem like they got a problem with Mess being a blood, but yet he performed at the Bars Awards with his red rag, and all of his homies was with him. So who can say that they got the right to check this man about being whatever the fuck he want to be? Like, this is listen, bro. Like, at the end of the day, this is a grown-ass man that's deciding to do something. If he decide to go fuck a bitch, that's his business. If he decide to pull his pants down and shit in the middle of the street, that's his business. So if this nigga want to be a blood, that's his motherfucking business. And if his homeboys is moving with him, which we seen at the Bars Awards, they wasn't tripping. How in the fuck is somebody else gonna say that Mess need to explain himself to them in regards to what he want to bang? That's his business, Dregs. Like, period. I don't care what no other nigga gotta say. No, say what you want to say.
That's a good point, because that's pretty much, when I talked to him about it, that's pretty much what he said.
I'm just saying, like in regards to that, I'm not talking about none of the shit that Meston did to offend anybody else or whatever other issues that he got going on in the streets, because I wasn't here. I was in the penitentiary fighting for my freedom about attempted murder case. You know what I mean? 7 years I was gone, and I gave them people back 14 years, and I ain't tell on nobody. I stood on business and I fought that shit. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, I'm just speaking to the fact of what this man chooses to be. If that's what he chooses to be, that's his business. Any other nigga getting in their feelings about emotion, any other nigga acting emotional about what Mess did in regards to that, nigga, then you need to get something right with your life or something that's going on within you. Because I know if I'm getting money, I'm not worried about what the fuck the next nigga doing or what he claiming or banging.
Well, either way, I think whatever it was, that album cover is hard as fuck.
Appreciate that.
Artwork is dope.
We got that from Ice-T.
Yeah, the reverse shot.
Yeah.
Shemp did his thing with that.
Shemp, shout out to Photo Doctor Graphics, man.
Classic album. Y'all made a great pair, and we was all knocking that shit regardless here in the city.
Yeah, but this Frisco, it wasn't. This blood gang, it wasn't. Yeah. No, nigga, we represent. Listen, Mess is a Frisco. I'm a Frisco nigga.
Yeah.
Can't no nigga take that from me. Where I'm from is where I'm from. Period, point blank. That is some Frisco shit. Period, point blank. It's about Frisco. It ain't about nothing else.
I love it.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just what it is at the end of the day. It's Frisco.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.